Assalamualaikum and a very good evening to Mr. Saiful, my industry supervisor, and also to my faculty supervisor, Mr. Shikh Ismail Fairus. I'm Shafiq. Today I'm going to present on my industrial training presentation under Petronas Lubricant International, which reside in Melaka Loop Blending Plant. So the operation I work with are in Melaka Loop Blending Plant, which is quality assurance. So I'm gonna go to the presentation. So first, the industry background. The Petronas Lubricants International, or PLI for short, was established in 2008. The PLI brand were established in 2008 after they acquired the FL Selenia. Basically, Petronas Lubricant Unit have been around since 1974, initially present in Asia and Africa. But after acquiring FL Selenia, which based mostly in Europe and South and North America, Petronas have market around that side also. So PLI mission was to become leading lubricants and functional fluids company with global market share amongst top competitor in terms of technology, OEM and brand. So the vision is to be globally recognized as the fluid technology solution partner of choice. So the business direction, PLI was established with the core business of producing the best lubricants for passenger car oil, motorcycle oil and commercial vehicle. So basically this is the operation in MLBP. So MLBP is Melaka Loop Blending Plant. It's a manufacturing plant from storaging raw materials such as base oil and then blending the product into making the product that PLI is have sold, and then from blending they go to bottling. So every operation including lab inspection, quality checking, managing, even quality assurance non-conformance are be done here. So this is the products of PLI. So it is most of it is recognizable brand. So for passenger car oil, there's Petronas Syntium, Mark 5, and then for motorcycle oil, there's Petronas Sprinta, Petronas Syntium Moto, and then even commercial oil like Petronas Urania, and they also produce for OEM market like Yamaha, Proton, and Prodoa. So my project involvement during this industrial training period was the digitalization project for the non-conformance product return operation. So the background was from cloud analytics. So cloud analytics use public-private computing resource. So basically, cloud is something that we kept in internet. It's not in our hard disk. So by cloud analytics, we analyze data that come from clouds. So the problem statement is when meeting for quality updates coming up, the QA need to prepare analysis for presentation. With the current procedure, is consume too much time for them because they have to do it manually from paper checklist to migrating the data to Excel, and even they need to build the Excel before they migrate the data, and then after that they need to set up a chart for presentation. So this process have too much repetance, so consume time. So that's the problem. How can we save time by eliminating that repetance procedure? So the objective is to set up a form system that's safe in cloud or OneDrive that going to be used to streamline database management. So to set up a continuous analysis from the form data that have been saved in OneDrive. To reduce time in analysis by eliminating procedure of manually set up charts. So that's our objective, my objective for this project. So the method is to integrate Microsoft Forms, Excel Online, which reside in OneDrive, and Power BI service, and then we're gonna present it by using SharePoint. So by using this system, the only active part is the Microsoft Form. So Microsoft Form gonna replace the paper checklist, or it can be the alternate procedure than the paper checklist. So the QA just gonna need to insert their data in the form, and it gonna automatically save in Excel OneDrive. So the Excel OneDrive is being kept in Microsoft OneDrive. So the Excel Online gonna process the information and all, and then we use the Power BI for translating the data into visualization. So there's no need to build up charts by using Excel anymore, or use pivot charts. So this data is streaming live to the Power BI. Hence, they don't need to set up a chart every month or every weeks, even anytime when the meeting coming up. So they just can open up the Power BI online, and the Power BI report will be embedded in SharePoint. So the SharePoint team site that was chosen was the Malaysia Quality team site, which is the PLI Quality Operation team site. Hence, the people from Quality Operation, which based in KL, also can review the non-conformance record. So the time taken for this project around 5 weeks. So the first 2 weeks is more like understanding how the data works, how we want to if we want to generate the charts, we need to know the connection between data 1 and data 2, how to tabulate the data. So basically that's what it is in the second week. But then at the end of the second week, I already start building up the form and Power BI. So the third week, I begin to create design and for dashboard. So report design and dashboard, the visualization using the Power BI. So by the fourth week, the system has been quite complete. The form and the Excel already been update, so it's been implemented successfully, and it's still been used until now. So the next for the next final week is about retouch the Power BI dashboard and design, and then upload the Power BI dashboard to the Malaysia Quality SharePoint team site. So for this project, there are some challenges that I've been worked with. So desktop Excel, first challenge is that desktop Excel are quite big in size. So the mitigation is to create form for Excel, because that way it's gonna save more space, and with the function that link up to the form, it doesn't require too much memory like the desktop Excel. So second challenge was the restricted level of access. So my account only for the intern account. So for this problem, I need to seek from the IT admin to set up the Excel, the folder for QA, and then the Power BI. So in case the my intern account was has been deleted or something, the data still gonna be in the admin account, will be gonna stay long time. So the relation between the data and the third challenge was understanding the relation between the data for the data set and what it represent. So this one I have to consult with my supervisor, Mr. Saiful, and his assistant, Mr. Faizal, on what the data was about. Like for example, uh, which point do we take the date of the data was insert. So uh, in the form there's a FinP date, so that's the date that we gonna use. And how to measure the value, measure the value, usually we use the amount liter that the bottle had. So per non-conformance, how much it costs per liter, that's what we want to know. So the result of the project is we managed to improve the workflow of this operation. So as you can see, the old workflow require the QA to fill in detail of return product on paper checklist. So second, next they have to create complex Excel sheet which consume time and big memory space. This what I tell that when they have to migrate the data from the sheet, they need to build an Excel file which compromise of certain syntax code or feature like VLOOKUP or the drop down function. So the higher the amount the function in the Excel, so the bigger the size of those file, and it's gonna uh, cause the file to be quite lagging. And then the third step, they have to migrate the data on paper checklist. So this process is time consuming actually. So next step, data from the Excel sheet need to be analyzed using pivot chart. So this is the analyzing part where they have to set up a chart using pivot. So this process from 3 to 5, actually they're gonna I'm sorry, from 4 to 5 actually gonna keep repeating like around once a week, maybe thrice a month or once a year, all of it actually. So now the financial secret report. So for the new workflow, all the data they just to need to fill in details of return product on Microsoft Form. So this operation can be done by using computer, phone or tablet. Then enter data will automatically be saved in online Excel that can be used for maintenance or error checking purpose. So after they fill up the form, data gonna automatically save in Excel, which reside in OneDrive, and then it will stream the data from Excel to Power BI. So the Power BI will translate the data into visual. So the only work they need to done is fill up the form. So that's the new workflow. Maybe occasionally open up the Excel for checking up, maybe check the data have any error or not. So that's how this project change the workflow for the operation. So the new operation process. So I have written up an operating procedure. So the draft have been submit to Mr. Saiful. So the online form process flow, as you can see, it simplify the process flow for the operation. So this is the SharePoint team site. So from you, if you see the category type of defect, that's all user interface which they can interact to see what type of data they want to check on. So the conclusion for this project helped me to understand better job scope of quality assurance. So the operation crucially to identify error that might be still happening. So this project was for the non-conformance product return. So throughout this project, I understand why this operation is crucial in the business, because we need to monitor the non-conformance to recognize what type of error and how the error happen, so we can improve the operation uh, by by removing those error and improve the operation. So the project potential is much easier to find insight with a big set of data. So the Power BI can be embedded not only in SharePoint but also in other site. So the shareability of this uh, application is quite great. So there's potential to this project actually, which can even be applied to the to other operation in MLBP. So next is my uh, second main assignment, which is the PIAKA assessment. So PIAKA assessment is a product integrity assurance and quality assurance. So it's a guideline that been set up by PLI to ensure the quality of an operation or quality of their product. So the aim is to the availability of information that describe the characteristic of the product. So next, availability of work instructions, and then use suitable equipment and availability and use of monitoring and measuring equipment. The implementation of monitoring and measuring equipment. Next is implementation of product release, delivery and post delivery activities on project potential. So this is the provision requirement. So the PIAKA auditing, purpose of this audit is to assess compliance against all PIAKA requirement using the checklist. So to evaluate the maturity of PIAKA implementation on site. The scope is on quality management system, supplier management, operation such as raw material management and control blending and filling process. So it's kind of involved in whole process of MLBP. So the method for this auditing is by using gap analysis performed against current practice, existing work instruction on operating procedures. So audit conduct through interview, site visit and observation of records. So during the audit, I have interview the operator, the supervisor, and also visit the site to check if it meet the requirement of PIAKA. So this is the assessment schedule. As you can see, from inventory to production to lab. So the target was, of course, MLBP always target the best, which is OEM factory fill, which platinum. So if the score does not meet the improvement, which is below 50%, it's gonna bear the company, which is the MLBP, gonna bear bad consequences, which the operation gonna be stopped, where they have to retrain for their operation. So for the conclusion of this industrial training, I have managed to improve and add more skill to myself from the industrial training experience. So the company have shown me the environment and working protocol that need to be abide. Within my department, I've learned several operational procedure from the task that I was given. So the project and the main assignment that I have managed helped me gain even more technical working skill. Furthermore, I have to communicate with various person, like especially my supervisor, Mr. Saiful, and then my the co-supervisor, Mr. Faizal, and other uh, MLBP personnel. So it improved my communication. By overall, this industrial training have improved, helped to improve myself in a lot of areas actually. So that's all for me. Thank you.